Prince Harry took a private jet to a polo match, and the co-founder of Extinction Rebellion admitted that she's not driving an electric car. You just couldn't make it up, folks. Hypocritical doesn't come close to describing how I feel about them. It's one rule for these proselytizers of all things green. Prince Harry has given speeches and he's posted on his Instagram profile about the need to go green to stop the world from burning, and of course Extinction Rebellion have brought London to its knees and plan to do so over the next fortnight. It's clearly one rule for them and quite another for those of us according to their apocalyptic prescriptions. Now, 3 previous significant events by the great green unwashed acolytes of Greta Thunberg in Extinction Rebellion have ended up costing the taxpayer, through the Metropolitan Police, more than 50 million quid. 50 million quid. And Greta Thunberg, by the way, has said that Britain's efforts in going green, the rate at which we've slashed carbon emissions, isn't enough. It'll never be enough, I'm afraid, for these extreme activists. And we'd have to be crawling around in caves with loincloths for them to be happy that the natural environment is left unscathed. Now, despite all of this, the factual evidence of how much has been spent, despite having got the cut, the cut of this group's jib, the Metropolitan Police, far from, you might imagine, warning Extinction Rebellion not to dare abuse taxpayer cash and police resources, and perhaps even having had advance warning of the fact that they were about to protest over these 2 weeks, they might have been on top of things and stopped them from building big tables in the middle of Covent Garden, one of London's busiest streets, for example. But no, the police have actually, far from warning Extinction Rebellion not to dare abuse taxpayer cash and, of course, precious police resources like this again, as they disrupt the lives of your average Jill or Joe, from going about their daily lives, getting to and from work, getting to and from picking up the kids. The Metropolitan Police instead referred to this organisation as an important cause. Now, look, I think that's wrong on so many levels, right? This is an outfit, let's not forget, that's blocked off roads, meaning ambulances can't get to where they need to be. This is an outfit that prevented newspapers from printing their daily paper. It basically blocked the printing press, the free press in this country. And crucially for me, it takes away resources that should be otherwise targeted surely on combating gang violence and other important issues what should be important to the police, instead of non-crime hate incidents. Now, you just think how much money could be put into hiring new police officers, how much money could be put into many other public priorities if we didn't have these primarily privileged prats sprawled across our streets like one great big hippie mass. You know, even lefty-lovey Lily Allen tweeted questioning some of how many crimes or cases could have been solved with all the money and manpower taken up by Extinction Rebellion. She then, of course, deleted her tweet and said she had been misinterpreted, but she was absolutely spot on, if you ask me. Now, I'm sure that some people say, well, Darren, don't we all want cleaner, greener air? And I say absolutely. I'm a conservative. I do want to conserve the natural environment and all the rest of it. But it's about proportionality for me. The co-founder of Extinction Rebellion saying that she cannot afford a diesel car, Prince Harry getting on his private jet to go to the polo. This is all hypocritical. And all from people that want to put forward policies, extreme demands in these policies that would mean that jobs are lost, energy bills are higher, car costs are higher, travel costs are higher, your weekly food shop's higher. It's entirely disproportionate in my view for a country that emits 1%, a measly 1% of global CO2 emissions. I say that we start a crowdfunding page and get Greta Thunberg, Extinction Rebellion, Prince Harry and all the rest of it. Prince Harry can go make speeches instead in China that emits 27% of the world's CO2 emissions. It's a real filthy beast on the global economy stage. So why don't they go there? We'll crowdfund for them. We'll get, I don't know, how much can it be to fuel Prince Harry's private jet? spewing out all of that dirty toxins into the air. And Greta and, of course, Extinction Rebellion activists, we can get them over there too. Instead of disrupting ordinary people in a country that is doing more than most to cut its climate emissions and combat climate change, preventing vans from moving and all the rest of it, I'd like them to contribute to being able to go out there and make the case to Beijing. Tell the Beijing authorities that they're not doing enough to tackle climate change, instead of seeking to make the lives of the working class in this country as miserable and squalid as their nasty little envy politics. This apocalyptic view of the world would send us into abject poverty. Let's see how they get on in a country that really ought to do something to clean up its act. And the pun there is very much intended.